No common ground, the prejudiced say. The American people cannot find a way to come together as one. But they must be mistaken. America is a perpetual haven for freedom and opportunity to become a maven of whatever we desire, and it fuels the fire that pulls us from the mire of poverty and oppression. People are stockpiling guns, gas masks, and survival gear. What once seemed ridiculous is now very real. It isn't our enemies from foreign soil that they fear. It is the ranks within our own that threaten and sneer the fabric of our nation that must be sewn so tightly together that the only matter able to reach us is the warmth of the sun or the kiss of the rain to nurture our bodies and replenish the plains. Enough of fighting tyranny only to become an enemy of others who would also fight for similar rights and the freedom to choose whatever they'd like. Harness the power of the collective to elect and reject. Our votes and our letters will help to correct the damage being done to rights and liberty and keep our society on the right side of history. Regardless of station, do we not all love our nation? We cannot wear blinders and talk about binders of women while their rights are being attacked. The time is now to open our eyes and see what lies ahead and what we lack. Life as we know it is not so different. Every Dick, Jane, and Barry. None of us is ignorant. Right and left together, we must not be belligerent. With signs we march and we make the cry, as we try to correct what we fear might reject the soul of this nation so dear to our hearts. Protesters are beaten and detained by the finest who have sworn to protect us, respect us with kindness. By ejecting the people with force and might, they deny our free speech and assembly rights. Where are these protectors when groups of hate gather in anger to put up a gate between men, women, blacks, whites, gays, and straights? We must uncover the sacred ground of agreement, cultivate it, debate it, discuss it, and feed it. Tear down the fences that elevate defenses. If we must fight, let us fight to reunite. But as we become a nation of one, some feel the rules of a holy sun whose ancient laws were written in sand should be the practice of our precious land. For freedom of religion, our founders fiercely fought, not for naught. We must separate absolutely our church and state in order to maintain our nation's great. While we fear it might be impossible or senseless, we must do our damnedest to reach a grand consensus without resorting to legal or violent offenses, and understanding that we are all in the trenches, that under absolutely no pretenses, all of the people polled in our census love our dear homeland and are willing to say, while extending their hand, we are in this together, and we are committed to weather any storm comes our way in the USA. Tomorrow and today, our brothers and sisters we will not betray. We will put aside this power play that leads us astray and pulls us away from one another and a better day, when civil liberties were promised to stay and freedom in America was not a cliche. We must erase laws and ideas that make our future hazy. Stand up for something. Stand up with your neighbor. Gather your siblings, friends, father and mother. Meet on your sofas. Be sisters and brothers. Meet to discuss in what ways we are able to form bonds together, and then pledge that we will never again a civil war see.